All right, flat earthers, back with one more video. The reason why, like I said, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm sure there's some flat earthers out there that don't really believe in the Creator as the Creator of the Bible. And so I'm doing this just to see if there's anyone like me that believes in a flat Earth, but not necessarily the Creator, and because everybody should be included. I mean, the people who believe in the Creator shouldn't be the only ones that get to claim the flat Earth. That's ridiculous. We should be tired of as. I mean, we should never have an absolute anything ever again. If we're flat earthers, nothing should be absolute. Nothing should be ever absolute again as a flat earther, in my opinion. So this is the real reason why I'm doing this. Uh, you know, I really believe that with this environment being this closed and this enclosed environment, that it's an incubator for life. I mean, it can spark life if everything is closer, the sun, moons, and stars, and the environment, and we actually in an enclosed, quote unquote, environment. Why couldn't that spark life on its own? Is my question. We didn't come from monkeys. We came from humans. I think that we came to a point that we had both sex organs. I can't hermaphrodite is I think is what they call. I think we had both sex organs, and that's how we was able to produce. Because we have proof. I'll take the proof that we have now. We got proof that people are born with both sex organs. So I think that's what we had. We had both sex organs. And I think but in one during a phase or whatever, women became the bearers of children and men became the hunters. So then you got women and then men. That's how the whole women and men thing came about. But we do have occurrences where humans are still born with both sex organs. So it just lead me to think that during this period of eons, because I got other stories we get into that we had both sex organs anyway. So just kind of think about that. It just makes more sense than I don't know the hocus pocus thing when we don't have any. I mean, we are made up of everything in this environment. Water. When we were born, we made up mainly water. We have a little bit, like 1% protein when we were born. Maybe a little bit of fat. What else did they say? But a little bit of earth, a little bit of minerals and stuff like that, and a little bit of protein and electrical. We have an electrical, current in our body. We have a pH balance in our body when we're born. So that's when we're born. Water, electric, earth. I mean, that's not too far a conclusion right there, babe. Right there. I mean, most of the earth is water. We are mostly water. You have this electrical coming in. There you go. It's got this electric current in it. I mean, it's got earth. We got it too. I mean, we're everything this environment has. So why not? Why we couldn't come from this environment over time? So it's I was hearing some stuff. some flat earthers have this belief that, which I didn't really I didn't know, but they had this belief during I think Operation Fishbowl, Operation Dominic, that we was trying to you know ex, you know we was trying to put a hole in the ceiling, the environment, and that's impossible. So what before you got to get past the sun and the moon before you hit the ceiling, and nothing is getting past the sun and the moon. Nothing, absolutely nothing is. You can't even go that high. That downward motion and everything like that caused the you can't even get up that high. With that downward motion and the whole things start to break apart. Things stop working. I mean, you just can't get that high. I mean, you have to get past the sun and the moon. You can't get past the sun and the moon. You can't even get close to the sun and the moon. But what I think they was trying to do, what I would think that they was trying to do, they was trying to light up the atmosphere so they can get pictures of it. This is what I think they was trying to do, because they had some fancy cameras. And they had some people flying very, very high with these fancy cameras. So I think that they was detonate that stuff, the TNT or whatever, to try to get pictures of it. That's my opinion. I don't think they was trying to blow it up. You can't even get close to it with anything. So the idea of them trying to blow it up is ridiculous. Even if you hear that in the papers, they can't get even close to it. So when you hear stories about they're trying to put a hole in it, that's just BS. They wish. No, I don't think they even wish. I mean, but nah. Anyway, so maybe they do wish. I don't know. They are some feeble-minded people. I mean, I don't understand this whole control thing. They can have so much more if they let us loose. But, it's control. And like I said, they don't know even why they do it. It's because the people before them did it. So that's why they do it. They don't even know. But I think that our Father, what if think about this, why don't you please, could be our true creator, could be electricity. We do have that element in our body. And it's an important element in our body. Ain't that kind of strange that we got electricity? We made from, we got electricity. We have electricity running through our body. How crazy is that? That is off the chain. And so I just lead me to think this is where we was born. This is how we was hatched, right here and there. We got electricity running through our body, and I think that's the Father. I think that's our true creator. It's electricity. Somehow Tesla talks about electricity a lot too, in vibration. But I really think that's our Father. It's electricity. Also, I want to get back to this. Just one more thing about this flat Earth thing. I'm still kind of ticked off by that. Sorry. I just want Christians, or if you're an atheist and you're still on the fence, just bear in mind when I tell you this. There's a real big movement with flat Earth Christians, and that's fine. I understand, and they're so happy because it introduced God back. Because they said, "Well, we've been hiding God," and it introduces God back. And that's fine, but please understand this. that for the last 500 years you've been lied to, and the church knew about it. And so that's the big picture I want y'all guys to understand. They knew. It's in the Bible. They can't say they didn't know. Okay? The smoking gun, it's in the Bible. So they can't say, oh, I don't know about that. They was teaching it. So when it goes away, they was in on it. And so it's a whole lot. If they lied about that, then they lied about God. Because there's no way that your Bible and your word is saying that it's God, that the earth is flat, and all of a sudden you just say, oh yeah, it's a ball. And you don't teach it. You stop teaching it. That's fine if the mainstream wants to say it's a ball. But you're supposed to go by the Bible. My point is, guys, is they was in on it. Please don't be fooled. These guys, Christian people, were leaders, was in on it from the beginning. As a matter of fact, I kind of think they are in control of all of it. And that's my opinion. They're the ones at the top. Yeah, so you just gotta remember if it went from being flat to a ball, they was in on it. So just keep that in mind when you celebrating God. I mean, they been lying to you. So what else they lie about? I mean, if your spouse was cheating on you, I mean, I don't want to no make a bad suggestion like that, but it's just clear what they doing. I just hope that y'all guys see it. I mean, before you kneel to somebody, understand. Just make sure you really kneeling to the person the being that you really want to kneel to, and not something else that they're trying to get you to kneel to. That's important too. That might even include getting outside the church, because you can't even trust a church. They don't even know what they're talking about for the most part. I mean, you gotta look at it. God doesn't even talk to the Pope. He has the most followers. I mean, God should at least go and whisper something to him. Or if he does, he doesn't tell us. And that's a problem. I mean, I know we say God talked to us, but that's not true. We talk to ourselves. You gotta imagine if the creator of the earth was in your area or breathing. What's one thing I know about the Bible that I think that's true? You would be able to, you would know it. It ain't, oh, well, God said this to me, God. You would know it. It won't be where God, it would be a more spiritual, more shaken in, more, you wouldn't be able to even control yourself. You probably piss and shit yourself if the Creator was a whisper around you. You wouldn't be able to even control if it was a true Creator. But so people say they talk. No, that's you talking. I played that game too. So it's not God, it's you. That's what you want to do. I mean, God doing anything for you is wishful thinking. I ask you to sit on your couch for 6 months, pray to God, and say, hey, God, all that money I gave to the church, I need about 6 months of vacation. Put it in a nice way. Let's see how much help you get. I mean, we do all the work, and then we praise somebody who didn't do anything. I mean, we do all the work. I mean, I never met anybody that got something done sitting on a couch. I just don't know anybody who got a house, a car, doing good. I mean, let's say a million, they born with money. But I don't know anybody who not born with money got it great. But you gotta work for it. Work hard for it. Stumbling blocks everywhere. You pull yourself out of it. Stop giving it credit to someone who really don't give a damn. I mean, this person reigns on the just and unjust. How sick is that? I mean, really? The just and just? How, that doesn't even benefit me, then. If you reign on the just and unjust, that has no benefits. I mean, if you got some millionaire and he gets rained on, and it's no difference then. And I get the same rain. I mean, I haven't made up no ground. I mean, so just think about that kind of stuff. See, what else did I got here? I do want to talk next time about the time when the moon wasn't here. So that would be my next video, about the time when the moon wasn't here. Kind of want to get a little discussion about that. I don't really believe what the books say. They said, all these, because they control all the books. But the time when the moon wasn't here is very interesting. Because maybe we had something to do with it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Maybe we're just gonna freelance. I can't make fancy little videos like everybody else. I can sit here and talk about it and give you my opinion. But we'll talk about the sun, the moon. We'll talk a little bit about the sun too. And so I want to wrap this up with, how do I think that we are stars? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I was told these were supposed to work, but not so good. So, now keep in mind, we are electrical when we're born. We have electrical current in our bodies. Okay, this can be checked everywhere. And I'm going to show you a lot of check things and all that kind of stuff. We're just talking, I'm not trying to lie to anybody. I'm going to give you my honest opinion, 100% my honest opinion, and that's all it is. It's just my opinion. So we are electrical. And so I believe that the electrical system keeps our body about 98 degrees. Right, Sherlock? I know. But I think once we die, at a certain point, our body gets cooler. But I think it gets to a certain temperature where that heat element in our body leaves the spirit, the quote-unquote spirit. And I get this because they tell us, see, that's one of the things, they tell us the truth and a lie. Like, they keep saying, we're stardust, we're stardust, we're stardust. We're stardust? Really? We're stardust? I mean, does stardust don't get stardust making our way down here? And so anyway, I always try to just read into what they're saying. And they keep saying that we're stardust. And I was thinking, okay, it's got to be something to that. It's got to be something to that. And so I was just thinking that we are 98 degrees. When we die, our body, and by the way, our ancestors used to, some of our ancestors, Indian tribes and stuff like that, used to bury us above the ground to make that passage quicker. But let me get into that. And so when we die, I believe the heat element is whole. You can't see it, of course. You can't see it. But it's a heat element that rises up out of your body when you die. Okay? And it rises, it's just like a helium or whatever. It just rises and it stays together. Okay? And it rises and it rises and it's right. It's a magnetic. And it's attracted to the magnetic force of the sun and the moon circling around us. See, nothing can get past the sun and the moon except for that. That's the only thing that can get past the sun and the moon is our spirits. And it floats up there. It's attracted up there and get passed up there. And it actually can make it through. That's the only way you can make it through. Is that magnetic heat substance that's in our body, electrical in our body right now. I might not be saying the terminology right, but I hope you basically get what I'm saying. We have this electric current in our body. And that electric current, heat rises, right? It rises up. And it goes up and it makes it through. So like I said, it's the only thing that can make it through. You can't send a rocket up there. You can't send anything up there. The only way you can get up there is your spirit, quote unquote. And it floats up there. And it hits against the ceiling. And that's why all of them have different colors. And that's why you get different ones every day, because somebody dies every day. And that's why each one of them are different colors, because they're telling their story up there. It's just that information and just what, it's like your basic life. It's telling your life story, quote unquote. That's the reason why in the Bible, that's why I like to, I have nothing against the Bible. I just think it was a story about men trying to tell the truth. Even the Bible says God knows the number and the name of each one. Why would God know the name and the number of each one? During the Great Tribulations, all of the stars fall to Earth. Why would that? Why would you need that? Why? Why would all the stars need to fall to Earth? Right, exactly. Because like I said, they all are numbered. They all got names. Why would God need to know the number and name of all the stars in their position? If we wasn't stars. And wonder the stars just don't keep their place, quote unquote. But it's all mythical stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I do think we are stars. That's for real. I'm talking about other stuff about God and all that stuff, but I think we are stars. I really do. I think that's what happened to our spirit. It goes up there. Fallen stars I think that's when our spirit finally, our electrical current finally just dies out and it just falls down to Earth. So that's what I think. That's how I think that we're stars. That, it's our heat, the heat element from our body that rises up, our spirit that rises up, heat rises. It's like goes up like that and it just keeps going up just like a helium balloon goes up. And it has that electric current just like a helium balloon. It rises up just like that, but it can keep going. And it just keeps going and going and going. It makes it past the sun and the moon. It gets stuck to the wall. And that's our life story. It just stays up there until it fizzles out, I think. And that's, you that's the fallen stars or whatever you want to call that. Anyway, so that is my little tidbit on why I think we are stars. Uh, I will continue to add to that. My next video would be about, these cultures saying that the moon wasn't here. And so we'll tackle that. All right? Good day, Flat Earthers. See you next time.